Robstar gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Welcome to the Robstar Report as always. Appreciate you guys being here. Sorry, it was taking a minute there. I was dealing with some technical difficulties. I had to update some software for the mic to make sure you guys could hear me good. So I had to fix that real quick. So again, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Welcome to the Panthers versus Cardinals Week 2 preview. Welcome to the yet another episode of the Robstar Report. Appreciate everyone being here. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope everyone has had a blessed week so far. I know I have a lot of good stuff going on my way, and hope a lot of good stuff going your way, because I know it's been a rough week going on around the world, not just So I hope everyone is having a good week. I hope everyone had a good week, and even in the times that this week wasn't so good, right? So again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Again, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. And we're gonna break this game down from front to back. Man, we're gonna go over the injury report right now. And then we're going to go over a few things. We're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about, there's a couple things. We're going to talk about Jaycee Horn locking down Marvin Harrison. We're talking about Trey McBride. How we need to stop them. Can our linebackers step up better than they did last week? Right. Can Chuba Hubbard repeat last year's performance against the Cardinals? Will Bryce finally get help from another receiver besides Tetairoa McMillan? Is Ejiro Evero on the hot seat if this defense flops again? I'm going to cover the matchups, the pressure points. I'm going to give you an honest prediction on this. All right. So again, appreciate everyone in here. All right. Appreciate it. All right. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, injury report update. We got an injury update right now. Looks like, obviously, with week 2 injury report, Ejiro Evero is questionable. All right, he is listed as questionable for Sunday's road game against Arizona after missing week 1. Jacksonville, due to, of course, he missed it due to that appendectomy. His participation was limited on Friday. And he's gradually ramping up reps. Now, this is quote from Dave Canales. It was great. We just ramped up every day, got him a few more reps each time. He finished off a great practice today. We have to take it day to day to see how he wakes up tomorrow. That's what Dave Canales said. Defensive tackle Tershawn Ward is officially out with a hamstring injury, and everyone else practiced fully and is expected to be available for Sunday. We got Patrick Jones with the ankle. You've got Hunter Renfrow with his ribs. You've got Robert Hunt with his foot. Damian Lewis with the shoulder ankle. A'Shawn Robinson groin. And then Akila Evans, he had an illness, but it sounds like everybody's full participant. Right now, the only person that's really out is Tershawn Wharton. And then Ike Ekwonu is questionable. He's day-to-day at this point. The good news is that the Panthers are mostly healthy beyond Ike Ekwonu and Wharton, right? Giving Dave Canales nearly a full roster to take on this Cardinals team and Kyler Murray, right? So far, so good, at least on the injury report side, right? So I can't complain there. I cannot complain there. I don't feel confident, bro. I'm cheering for T-Mac to have a hell of a game to make Bryce look good. Cash this week has pissed me off. Charlie did do anything to anyone by telling people, oh, Earl. I hear you, Earl. This week was crazy. Stay safe, everyone. Defensive scheme doesn't work already. It's crazy that they're content with starting multiple players who have no business starting in the NFL. I hear you. Well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into the defense. Let's go ahead and get into this defense because Last week's meltdown against Jacksonville was more than just a loss. It was a brutal reminder that this roster, staff, quarterback, are still trying to figure out which way is up, obviously. And now they're flying across to Arizona, who just beat the Saints 20-13. They look like a team with a much clearer identity than ours. Kyler Murray threw 2 touchdowns in that game. Their offensive line is still the offensive line still leaked a pressure. They allowed 5 sacks, but the Cardinals did what the Panthers couldn't, make just enough plays to win. Carolina, meanwhile, failed every test last week. No, 1 quarterback hit, 200 yards allowed on the ground, 3 turnovers on offense. We had receivers who were allergic to catch the football. The only positive was it was week 1. That's all I can say. That was the positive. It was week 1 and T-Mac. Like, weird things happen in week 1. The problem that weird things have been happening in Carolina for 2 straight years under 2 different coaching staffs. So here we are, 2 teams with a very, very different vibes heading into week 2. And I think this Cardinals team are looking to keep their early season momentum. And as for us, we are looking to avoid being booed back onto the plane. So can Ejiro Evero unit show a pulse? Can they wake up, right? You got to lock, first things first, and one of my key things to victory is you got to lock down Marvin Harrison Jr., right? And Trey McBride. Like, the Panthers did a decent job at keeping Jacksonville's receivers pretty quiet for the most part. I mean, Trevor Lawrence only threw for just 178 yards. Brian Thomas had 1 catch, 11 yards, so he was a race. Jaycee Horn in particular played excellent man coverage. Obviously, there's no surprise there. But in the middle of the field, there is a disaster zone there, right? Tight end Brenton Strange and wide receiver Dyami Brown picked Carolina apart on slant, seams, and soft zones. That is the weakness that runs headfirst into a tougher test. Like Marvin Harrison Jr., second-year wideout, already looks like an alpha, catching 5 passes, 71 yards, touchdown last week. His route running, physicality is going to put some stress on Jaycee Horn. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Marvin Harrison is going to get locked up. I think Jaycee Horn most definitely can lock this guy up. But this is a guy, his route running and physicality is going to cause some fits, okay? Jaycee Horn has the ability to contain him, but the problem is he going to get any help if there's just plays where he can't, right? There's just times where guys beat other guys. It's a chess match, right? And Marvin Harrison may get Jaycee Horn or a time or 2, but the question is there going to be someone else to be able to help him, right? Because we saw it last week. He wasn't getting much help elsewhere, right? Trey McBride, I think one of the NFL's most underrated young tight ends. He is going to be an absolute nightmare matchup for our linebackers. Can our linebackers stop this guy? Can they contain him? Right? Because our linebackers last week were arguably the worst unit on the field in week 1, in my opinion. If Harrison draws Horn's shadow, right? If Harrison draws a Horn shadow, McBride could be the one who kills Carolina in the middle, except Kyler Murray. I expect Kyler Murray to test that matchup repeatedly, to be honest with you. And I think the thing is like Horn. Here's the thing: Horn is undeniably talented. He plays aggressive. He's a physical man coverage type of guy. He's shown he can handle these receivers. Again, you're going to get it, but Horn's going to be challenged every snap against a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. Again, I think Horn has performed best against one clear target, but he needs help from the safeties and linebackers, right? We saw that last week. So again, if Horn is just left to handle Harrison mostly alone, you might see a few explosive plays. Yes, Horn can slow him down, but that's a full workload, right? But that's a full workload. So let's see. Horn will compete. Harrison Jr. will likely have some key catches. One-on-one, I think Jaycee Horn can lock him down. I think that's realistic and maybe a little bit optimistic, but I think Jaycee Horn most definitely with his physicality could out physical Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, when it comes to Trey McBride, this is where the biggest thing I saw from our linebacker unit. That was the epitome last week of what I saw that I was like, man, we've got to stop that. I mean, Brenton Strange out of anybody. Brenton Strange is a guy that people go, who? Like, he's not a big name tight end who cooked us. Like, the linebackers were arguably the worst unit last week and consistently overrun at the point of attack. I mean, Strange made us look like amateurs back there, ladies and gentlemen. Now you face Trey McBride, who's arguably a better overall tight end for sure. I think he's more physical. He's a better smart and route concepts, and he's difficult to cover, especially in the middle. So, I mean, if we don't make the right adjustments with our safeties or have our linebackers tighter in space, McBride is going to have another big day, right? Don't expect 8+ catches like Strange, but 5-6 for 50 yards is entirely possible, right? McBride is one of those guys who will find the soft spots in the zone, and you got a game plan for him. And it's hard to game plan for a guy like that, because I think he is one of the elite tight ends in this game. So, you got to have to shut both of these guys down. And our linebacker, I'm more worried about McBride than I am Marvin Harrison Jr. because I know Jaycee Horn. I have more trust in Jaycee Horn to lock down Marvin Harrison Jr. than I do our safeties and linebackers to tighten up against that soft zone that Trey McBride could over the middle could just tear up. So definitely is something we need to clean up there, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Wright, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. Earl Locklear is just coming in fired up. He's fired up, ladies and gentlemen. He's just dropping bombs.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What's good, Austin? Spot on statement, Clay. Appreciate that. Clay, I have no takes until I see the game. I hear you. Now he made his name known on last week. Please keep all politics away from this chat. We are already divided enough as a fan base. Clean up the run defense. This is the next thing, man. We got to clean up this run defense. I mean, this is the only way we're going to be able to get better, right? This is the only way we're ever going to be able to get better, chat. I'm starting MHJ. JC not traveling. JC's Kenny, that's not true. JC actually is traveling. Actually, he traveled a lot more last week. That's why you saw Brian Thomas Jr. only have one catch for 11 yards. So that's actually something I noticed last week in a Ejiro Evero scheme. He's actually traveling more. And Mike Jack did his thing even when he was against Brian Thomas Jr. and against Travis Hunter. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it. You can start MHJ. I'm not saying not to. I'm not going to tell you not to because it's a good matchup. But if you have Trey McBride or Trey Benson or James Conner, I might tell you to start him this week. Hey, Robstar, how's it going? Got a bad feeling we're losing this game. We're going 0-3. Most likely lose to Atlanta next week at home. Everybody made fun of Saints being worse, but it may be the Panthers as the worst. It could be. This is a get back game. The good thing is Carolina has. I think the overall record. Let's see, Carolina Panthers overall record versus the Cardinals. It's actually a good record. All-time series versus the Cardinals. Panthers are all-time 15-6 all-time against the Cardinals. We are 9-4 at home, and we're 6-2 on the road. The Panthers have also faced the Cardinals 3 times in the playoffs, and we are 2-1 against them. I mean, we lost the last time we played them was last year. We played them last year and won 36-30. Then the year before, we played them in 2022, lost to them 26-16. And then in 2021, we beat them 34-10. 2020, we beat them 31-21. 19, 38-20. 16, 30-20. So this is going to be an interesting game. I mean, Carolina has had their number. Now, again, this is a total different team. I'm not saying that. But we got to clean up the run defense, man. Like, yeah, the Jaguars ran for over 200 yards, but it wasn't all on the defensive front, right? The game script played a role, right? Where Jacksonville was up 20-3 at halftime. I remember this. And that, which let them lean on the ground game while Carolina's defense was just worn down. So still, too many missed tackles, though. There was a lot of bad fits. Linebackers were getting bullied. And at the point of the attack, made things worse than they had to be. And now comes another test because you got Arizona, who didn't run wild against the Saints. They only had 20 carries, but James Conner and you got Trey Benson are more capable of pounding a defense that looks soft up the middle. Making matters worse, you do have Tershawn Wharton out, man. Like, so this is a thinning an already shallow rotation. If Carolina doesn't tackle better and hold their gaps, this Arizona could run the ball at will and keep Kyler Murray ahead of the sticks, and you cannot allow that to happen. All right. Kenny, are you a Texans fan? I think you are. From what I saw last week, it's hard to see us turning around in 1 week. Hopefully, we play better, look competitive. Y'all see Nick Scott trying to tackle ETN, just flung off. Sounds like Nick Scott's going to be starting again, by the way, Marcos Cash. I don't get it. I just don't get it why Nick Scott is starting over these young guys. Why Ejiro Evero continues to want to play this guy, man. Right? Like, I don't get it. I really don't. I think there's a few issues here. I think Evero, and here's the thing, guys. I think Evero, if after I broke it down last week, I think Evero can't teach this system. Like, he has the system. I think Evero just can't coach it. I think, like this guy right here, Trayvon Wallace, has zero confidence in what he's doing. Even when he guesses right, he's surprised. And 2 stems from 1. Like that's the way I look at it. But Nick Scott is not good enough to keep anybody off the field. That's the thing. Put the young guys in. I don't get it. Like, what are we doing? I just don't get it. I don't get it. So that's where I'm at. You are okay. You're a Texans fan. I feel you, man. I appreciate you coming over here, Kenny. I love that we get some different fan bases over here. Nick Scott shake my head. Son of a bitch. Defense needs to step up. Ban one says, "Hey Clay, hope you are having a good day." Ban one, appreciate you, man. I hope you have a good day too. I'm about to hit Nick Scott with my trucks. King Jermaine, chill, bro. Chill. Oh, dang. Bruh. Evero don't care. He knows he's out after the season. Yeah. I mean, I think so too. If not Ransom, at least Richardson. Yes, please. What's good, Clay? I believe they have the ability to bounce back. We'll see, local kid. We'll see. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Get after. What's up, King Jermaine? What's up, man? Get after Kyler Murray, man. sounds like Nick Scott's going to be getting some more burn in this game. I heard that there was a little rumor out there that we actually might see Nick Scott get some more burn in this game. But yeah, you got to get after Kyler Murray, man. I don't care who's on the field. Nick Scorton. I keep saying Nick Scott, ain't I? Nick Scorton. I keep saying Nick Scorton, I think. We have to keep in the pocket, JP. Yeah, I mean, so I heard Nick through the grapevine that Nick Scorton's going to be getting some more reps this week against the Cardinals. I heard that he's going to be getting a bigger role. All right. So according to reports from Joe Persons, it sounds like the rookies might be we could be seeing these guys getting some more snaps. Because, I mean, you got to believe in somebody to set the edge in the run game and the rushing the passer. And you got to see Princely, Mamiel, what you got, man. These are guys like for Princely, he's like a situational pass rusher. I think he's got good link. I think he's got a quick first step. You got to put bigger roles on these guys because you can't rely on Pat Jones to get to the quarterback and you can't rely on DJ Wanham to get on the quarterback. So you just got to hope that you can get, maybe these rookies can go out there and make plays. Right? I hope Scorton to go out there and be much more a factor against the Cardinals. Right? He had totaled 0 tackles on defense, nor on special teams last week. You only heard his number called once, right? And it was because he got an unnecessary roughness penalty. But it was offset by an offensive holding call. So I hope that we get to see these guys. I hope we get to see Nick Scorton and Princely get some burn out there. Like if I'm going to get any rookie out there, give me Nick Scorton and Princely Mamiel off the edge. I think both of those guys. What up, bro? Sam is in the house. I will be joining you in a few. My friend, you're going to open up the panel. Sam Smith, I am not going open up the panel. So no, I don't open up the panel on my channel very often. So I do it sometimes here and there, but not today. So I will not be opening up the panel. But Sam, I appreciate you coming through. So here's the thing. Nick Scorton and Princely should be getting more reps. I expect that because what those guys bring to the table, they're raw. They got more juice. Give me those guys over a DJ Wanham and a Pat Jones right now. All right. Because you only got 0 sacks and 1 quarterback hit. And that's criminal against any NFL quarterback, much less one behind a shaky offensive line. I mean, the Cardinals also allowed 5 sacks on Kyler Murray against the Saints last week. He scrambled 7 times for 38 yards. He was under siege most of the afternoon. So that should be an opening for Carolina, except Evero inexplicably leaned almost entirely on these veterans like DJ Wanham and Pat Jones last time, right? And you only gave Nick Scorton and Princely Mamiel just 26 total. I think you got to get the young guys involved more, man, right? And what happened when you didn't get them involved was the result was Trevor Lawrence could have smoked a cigar in the pocket. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So if that rotation continues to repeat, which I don't think it will, I just think that when you bring in Nick Scorton, and like I said, I think when you bring in guys like Nick Scorton and Princely and Mamiel, like you drafted a pair of edge rushers, use them. You traded up for Nick Scorton. You traded up for Princely in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. Right? And if you believe in both of these rookies, you need to give them more looks this week at Arizona. Again, Scorton can be effective setting the edge. He's great in the run game. He's a great pass rusher, right? So he may wind up with more snaps than Mamiel, but Mamiel is a situational pass rusher who's got great length and who can bend and got a great good first step, just like Nick Scorton does. right? I feel like Scorton's got more of the power, though, where Princely's got the speed, you know? I think it's a good combo between the both of them coming off the edge. I think you need that. And they're both great against the run defense, run game. You got to put a bigger role on these guys. Because these are the guys who are raw, who can bring the juice, who actually might be able to go out there and make a play. Because if this rotation repeats itself like we saw last week, Murray's going to carve us up on these off-script plays. And if Evero finally unleashes the rookies, they might actually get home. But again, so far, Evero has shown little urgency to adapt. I need to see the D-line stunts from Cleveland preseason game that I saw. I don't know why we didn't use them versus Jacksonville. Yeah, you're right, JP. So true. So true. All the rookies need to play a lot. Yes. If Clay, I open it from time to time. How is the Arizona offensive line? I mean, right now they're dealing with, they've got one guard questionable. I know Will Hernandez starts. I don't know if John Gaines starts or not. But I know both of them are. John Gaines seems like a full participant, so he's probably fine. But I don't know what's going on with Will Hernandez. I know he's a starter. I know Will Hernandez is a starter. So Kyler was sacked 5 times versus the Saints. Yep. I agree, Clay. Adjustments need to be made. It feels like rookies we took outside of McMillan were underused. I mean, they only had a 26 snaps total in the last game. Evero needs to look up the definition of what a blitz is. The only Panthers drafted 2 edge rushers, not let them play. Shake my head. We're getting our ass. What up, Clay? What's up, Roadmaster? Roadmaster just coming and saying, hey, listen, we're just going to get our fucking ass whipped. All right. We're just going to get our ass whipped. Okay. That's it. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
McBride over the middle versus our linebackers and safeties scare me. Oh, that I'm more scared about the Trey McBride than I am anything, for sure. All right. Can Dave Canales and Bryce Young wake up? Can they wake up? That is the question. First things first, Chuba Hubbard has to set the tone. Last season, Hubbard won this exact matchup against Arizona. He rumbled up over 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, including an overtime dagger that sealed that 36-30 win. He averaged over 6 yards per carry, looked like a feature back. This week needs to be that guy again. I think also Rico Dowdle needs to be involved a little bit more as well. This offense runs through this running back room right now. I think it needs to, right? Carolina's offense is at its best when Hubbard and his counterpart are establishing early down rhythm, keeps Bryce Young from constantly facing 3rd and long. Arizona's defense didn't allow big runs against New Orleans, but they did allow Alvin Kamara to chip away with steady 4 or 5 yard games. That's exactly Chuba Hubbard's style, man. So if Carolina ignores him or falls behind early again, this game's over. So give the ball to Chuba Hubbard, man, and let this run defense, let this running back room do what it needs to do. You got Ejiro Evero, okay? All right. All right. So definitely execute the run game. That is the biggest thing for this offense, I think. You got to set the tone with the run. Talking about keep pounding, we're going to get pounded, Sam Smith, with the dialogue in here, man. Jeez, Lou. What is this?
Ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We just
couldn't do diddly poo offensively. There you go. I got that one. Marcos Cash G. Yeah, Chuba and get a little. She does can run. Yeah. Problem with the running back room is honestly Canales. He doesn't want to run even when the game is within reach. Yeah, makes no sense. Makes no sense when you run a wide zone scheme, which is perfect for your run game. Young needs receiving support. All right, so this is where it kind of is probably going to get a little heated. Maybe this is going to cause a little bit of a heated debate in the chat. All right, I don't know. Maybe not. It might not. But here's my thought process. Bryce Young needs more than one receiver to be able to catch the ball. Tetairoa McMillan was the only bright spot in week 1. Catching tough passes, at least looking like an NFL target. Everyone else was brutal. You had Hunter Renfrow, Ejiro Evero, 5 catches on 13 targets. Drops, bad routes, no playmaking. One throw to Ejiro Evero was on Bryce Young. I do agree with that. Don't get me wrong. But also, Ejiro Evero didn't do any favors for his quarterback. Didn't get physical. Let the corner just bump by him. It was almost like it was just soft. It was just soft football. Hunter Renfrow, there was a few drops. Some that one that maybe I felt like he could come down with. One when that was underthrown. So that's, again, one was on Bryce. Jadavion Sanders dropped a key pass. Right? Leggett failed to get 2 feet in bounds. No sense of awareness. That's what should have been a highlight. That should have been a highlight completion. And that didn't only happen once. It happened twice where Leggett should have had both feet in bounds. Now, again, Bryce didn't play well either. I'm not saying that. He rushed his mechanics. He made poor decisions, 3 turnovers. But he can't be expected to be perfect when his receivers can't handle routine plays, right? I think Bryce Young also needs to be able to handle routine plays too. But the receivers need to do their job just as much as the quarterback, okay? If the pass catchers not named McMillan, please stand up because this offense at this point is not going to move. All right? So, please. All right. Like guys, all these guys need to step up, man. We look, this offense will remain one-dimensional until other people start stepping up, man. I think the tight ends that's going to be the thing too. I think we need to get him more involved with this tight ends, man. I think the tight ends need to be more involved in this offense. I seriously do. I think that this tight end room could be a sneaky answer for that safety blanket. Like, here's where Carolina can steal something from last week, right? If they were watching the Saints game, the Saints were using tight end Juwan Johnson, lit up Arizona for 8 catches, 76 yards on 11 targets. Now, he's not exactly Travis Kelce, Juwan Johnson, but that means Jadavion Sanders, guys like Tommy Tremble, should have opportunities in the seams and in the flats. The Cardinals linebackers are vulnerable, and this Panthers offense desperately needs a safety valve. And I think this could be it. Because if Canales ignores this, he's actively sabotaging this offense. I'm telling you right now, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, we need to get our tight ends involved. Get the tight ends involved, man. Because, again, it's like I said, outside of McMillan, our receivers were a mess. You had drops, you had poor routes, you had inexplicable mistakes. And mainly I'm looking at Ejiro Evero in that room. But Hunter Renfrow, Jadavion Sanders need to be guys that help step up. Again, this offense is going to remain one-dimensional, man. Like, I think tight ends like Jadavion Sanders, Tommy Tremble can become reliable safety blankets. Like, I think Chuba Hubbard's presence in the backfield will help. But Young cannot be out there with one competent target. Okay. Again, he had his mistakes last week. Those are on Bryce. But these also guys got to step up to the plate as well and make some plays. We need playmakers, man, and we don't have enough of them. At least we didn't see it in week 1. I think we have enough of them here. We just need to see them step up and do it. Right? I think Arizona's defense will be disciplined. They're going to try to punish this wide receiver core, but it's still uncertain. Like, McMillan alone isn't enough. I just think that the rest of this offense must execute, or this game's going to get ugly. Okay? All right. So that's where I'm getting at. Ken 88 coming with a interesting topic there. It's an interesting question. I mean, let's just wait to talk. Hey, Ken 88, keep that in your mind. We'll just see where things go. But yeah, I agree, Clay. Appreciate that, JP. With this organization, I don't trust any quarterback to develop at this point. The Bryce situation and countless quarterback misses in the trades and signings do not make me confident at the moment. I don't blame you. The drops lead to turnover on downs. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think another thing is like, I think the matchup in this game, the most I'm going to be looking at, ladies and gentlemen, I think the matchup I'm going to be most looking at is definitely Jaycee Horn versus Marvin Harrison. All right. I think the key X factor on this offense is going to be Chuba Hubbard. You can't survive without him controlling the tempo. I think the key X factor on this defense is going to be Nick Scorton and Princely and Mommy Ellen. Get the rookies involved, man. All right. I think a hidden factor is that Dave Canales Dave Canales passed up multiple field goals last week. I get that we have a rookie kicker, but on the road, every point matters. If he repeats that stubbornness, Carolina will leave points on the field. Because here's the thing, man. Whether y'all believe it or not, I think Canales and Evero are already under a microscope. I do. I think here's the thing. My prediction for this game, to be honest with you guys, and I hate to say it, man. I said it on the NFC South Roundtable. Until proven otherwise, man, I've got the Cardinals win this game 24-16. I think we'll look slightly better than week 1 because, frankly, we can't look any worse. I think Hubbard will grind out some yards. Bryce will make a handful maybe of nice throws like he normally does. And Horn will win some reps against Harrison. But here's the reality. The pass rush was non-existent last game. Unless Evero changes his rotation, I expect the same results unless he changes the rotation. The receivers are unreliable with outside of Tetairoa McMillan. But let's see if that changes. The run defense is soft. And now down a key lineman. Let's see if they can step up. Dave Canales has looked more like a rookie head coach than a stabilized presence. We saw that last week. Let's see if that changes. Here's the thing. I don't think Arizona is a juggernaut, but they have enough weapons and a quarterback who knows how to exploit weaknesses. And Carolina will hang around for a while, but the Cardinals I just feel like are going to pull away late. And they're going to leave the Panthers at 0-2. And we're going to start looking at this season differently. I think, again, Carolina just needs to feed Chuba Hubbard. All right? Feed Chuba Hubbard. Let Chuba do his thing, man. Our pass catchers need to step up. Outside of Tetairoa McMillan, again, we need these guys. Renfro, Xavier Legette, Jadeveon Sanders. We need you guys to be the playmakers we brought you guys in here to be. Somebody needs to make a play. Okay? We got to attack the middle of the field. That's why I talk about the tight end so much, because, again, Arizona linebackers got cooked by the Saints tight end, Juwan Johnson. Again, 8 catches for 76 yards. This is a Jadeveon Sanders, Tommy Trimble chance to matter on this team. And again, these are the keys that I think that for us to win this game. I think another thing is you got to unleash the rookie pass rushers. Again, Nick Scorton, Princely McMillan. They only played 26 snaps last week. That's malpractice. Murray was sacked 5 times in week 1. Turn these kids loose, man. Turn these kids loose. I hate picking against my team, but I can't pick against them until proven otherwise. And again, Dave Canales, just don't coach scared, man. Dave Canales left points on the field last week, passing up kicks. Again, on the road, every point matters, man. Take the damn points when they're there. So my 5 keys to victory, man, is feed Chuba Hubbard, catch the damn ball, attack the middle of the field, unleash the rookie pass rushers, and don't coach scared. That's it. That's the bottom line. Because we have glaring weaknesses after week 1. And I hope that Canales and this coaching staff went and watched what the Saints were doing right against them in that film room. So, again, this game will expose Carolina's flaws if those adjustments aren't made this week. I'm just telling you right now. I'm taking the Cardinals in this game. We've had the Cardinals number in years past. We've dominated the Cardinals from a record standpoint overall. What did I say? 16-5 or whatever it was. We played the Cardinals since we've been in the NFL, whatever. But yeah, man. I'm taking unless we make those adjustments, like I said, I don't see us winning this game. I just don't see us again winning this game. I'm going to say 26, or what did I say? What did I say? 26-14? No, what did I say? Yeah, no, 24-16 is what I said. 24-16. But if they do the 5 things that I said, ladies and gentlemen, use the tight ends as the X factor. Our wide outs, our tight ends step up, make plays, feed Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. Offensively, you can win the game. Get after Kyler Murray, clean up the run defense. You must stop Marvin Harrison McBride. Like, I've given you the 5 my keys. I'm just gonna say again, 24-16. Uncle Leroy, what's up, man? How are you doing today? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Well, I mean, Panthers BY9. The problem is Canales coaches too softly, number 1. Number 2, when you have 5 wide on 4th and 1, that's terrible play calling. That's just terrible play calling. Play Jimmy Horn Jr., Sid XL. Who we going to put on the outside, Uncle Leroy? Start the rookie safety, sit Nick Scott. Absolutely, Uncle Leroy. Absolutely. Jimmy Horn Jr. would be better on the inside, Uncle Leroy. We need to put, like, I mean, I would probably put Bryce and Tremaine out there at this point on the outside. Relax and Talk Sports says Cards are going to spy Bryce. I could see that. But if they put a spy on us, that's going to open up the middle of the field for our that's why I'm saying. That's why I was saying, like, that's a good point, because I could see that. Relax Talk Sports. But that's why I talk about the tight ends becoming an X factor, man. Like, this is why I think that's why I made this PowerPoint right here. If they do that, you open up the middle field, and Bryce has got to get the ball there, though. Again, I'm telling you right now, secretly, I think the sleepers here, okay? My sleepers is this tight end room in this game. If this tight end room can step up, do what like Jawan Johnson did with the Saints did, the Panthers could have a chance in this game. But again, there's so many factors in this game that Carolina has to make adjustments from week one. Still don't know why Ransom isn't starting over Nick Scott. Don't know that either, man. I don't know that either. But guys, that is your week 2 preview, man. I appreciate you joining the live stream. I hope everyone has had a blessed week. Happy Friday. I had to make this a quick one because we are about to go see a movie at this place nearby. They're doing like this like drive-in theater. So I'm about to go do that with the family. So again, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right, simple, easy as that. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. Other than that, guys, I will see you on Sunday. And other than that, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.